All right. So tonight we are doing the sacral chakra. And this one is, there is a lot about emotions with it. It is also linked with water, hence my beautiful background of water to try and set the mood. So we will be doing a water meditation at the end of this. But a little bit about the sacral chakra is it harbors a lot of feelings about everything that you do in life. It can be overwhelming for some, and a lot of people can get stuck with an underactive sacral chakra just because they get into this mindset. And the biggest one is that they can't accept their own feelings, they can't accept other people's feelings. You can come across as a little bit callous, and sometimes you can even get so far into it that you actually just block off any sexual energy, whether it's with yourself or with a loved one, your partner, your spouse. So it definitely, it's good to have a healthy, open sacral chakra. Not even if you don't have a sexual partner per se, but just to release those emotions and allow your emotions to follow through and to show that emotion to others. You don't want to just be a brick wall all the time. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over a little bit here about just the sacral chakra. So Svadhisthana is sweetness. Sweetness is the essence. So the organs that the sacral chakra correlate with is your reproductive system, your bladder, and your kidneys. Now, the essence with this, other than being sweetness, that's the main one, is movement, pleasure, sensuality, emotions, and flow. Connecting with this, the connecting word or sound with the chakra is vam. So just sitting in your own self sometimes and either thinking about the word vam or the sound, or you can say it out loud and just vam. And just, you can even put it on YouTube if you want. There's so many apps out there that cater to different sounds and things with the chakras. So definitely a lot of options there if sound is your thing. If you like smell a little bit more, you can choose from ylang ylang, sandalwood, or cinnamon. Those are three that are always going to help connect you to that sacral. Into stones, we have carnelian, opal, and moonstone. And then just connecting with the earth with that chakra is water, movement, and pleasure. Now, a big one with movement is dance. That's a big one that comes out of the sacral. So if you don't like dancing, you could possibly have an underactive or blocked sacral. Not saying you have to go out and love dancing and be good at it. You just have to enjoy it. There's a difference between enjoying a dance and being really good at it. And if you have a healthy sacral chakra, you just want to go and you just want to move and you just want to flow, and it's pleasurable for you. You find pleasure in these things. So moving on here, I'm going to move down. So signs of a balanced sacral chakra: delighting in sensual and sexual play. I know that is like a big taboo thing that we're not supposed to talk about, but there are a lot of women who do have a wall. And a big one, I'm going to get a little bit political here, is birth control can actually decrease your sexual desire. So women who have been on birth control, half their lives, it's as soon as they go off, they realize like, wow, that's played a big factor for so long. I'm not saying it happens with everybody, with every woman, but that is a huge factor. And there's actually studies that show what birth control can do to destroy our body. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but you take that with a grain of salt. You can do your own homework. I highly recommend that you do. Next up, we have experiencing a full range of emotions. So full range is, what it's like to be sad, angry, happy, jealous. You are aware when you have every emotion. Next one is you are highly creative. This is really good. I'm not super creative, but I do feel like when I have a balanced chakra, everything else kind of ticks off. So you don't have to be all of this, but even just creative in your own way. Love of water is a big one. And water is pretty much the force of this chakra, and it's the element that correlates with it. Hence why we are going to be doing a water meditation after. And then fluid, pardon me, fluid movement like dance. Again, you don't have to be a good dancer. You just want to move your body and get the energy going and just feel that flow. That is what that means. Signs of an underactive sacral chakra. So you tend to be callous. I always think of this. There's sometimes you get some older people, and they just, it's like they've had it with life and they're done and they just are kind of just, and I'm always like, if you're a senior, that's fine. But when you're younger and you get those people that just always have, they're just very insensitive. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Sometimes it can be an underactive sacral chakra. Are we going to say that to them? Probably not. Are we going to think that right away? Maybe now that you have watched this, you will. But sometimes I do pity those people that just always have to have something to bitch about. Pardon my language. Detached from emotions of yourself and others. Again, if you don't know what it's like to experience all these emotions, I don't want you to be angry or jealous or anything like that. But knowing when you are and experiencing those emotions, those are going to help you be aware of what you need to, of changes you need to make. And, how can I make myself happier, or how can I make myself a little less angry and be less superficial, say, or, just appreciate life more. Difficulty expressing desires. This one too, I feel like it ties in with the throat chakra. That would be more like speaking out your desires. We'll go over that in a few weeks, but expressing your desires. You should never be scared to say and do what you want. Belief that sexuality is wrong. This is, again, a taboo subject because not everyone wants to talk about sexuality because it can be uncomfortable. But to just be free with your sexual preferences or sexual desires, and just know that it's okay to go out and be a sexual being. Some people think that it's so like, oh, I'm not saying go out and start an OnlyFans. I'm just saying be proud of your body and release what you want with whom you want and just embrace it. Last one is unimaginative. Again, that comes up to me and my own personal thing with not being creative. Unimaginative isn't quite the same as not being creative, but just let your mind wander sometimes. But I mean, if you don't have anything that you can imagine, that is a sign maybe of an underactive sacral chakra. I feel like we can all imagine something, but for some people, they really do. They just have this wall. It's just like blank. So that's a big thing. I encourage journal writing. I mean, it doesn't matter what your stories are. Make up whatever comes to mind. Use your intuition and just help reverse that and get your sacral chakra back in balance. Okay, now we have an overactive where it's just too much, So we're controlled by our emotions and we let our emotions control us. Again, finding that fluidity with just allowing the emotions to come and go, not clinging on to one at a time, for a specific length of time. We can address those emotions that we're feeling and just let them go. Don't harbor them and, let them destroy your day or your week or your month. It's like, yeah, maybe I messed up or maybe someone hurt my feelings. I hate to sound rude here, but we need to learn to get over that sometimes, because sometimes, a bad comment on the internet can ruin our week, but we've had so many good compliments. So don't ever let your emotions control you, because it's not worth it for your nervous system or for your brain at the end of the day. Addictive personality. This one, it's a whole different ballgame because there's so many different things that you can be addicted to. But say you're addicted to gambling or alcohol or this or that, then that's something that you might want to work on and try and balance out to level out that chakra. And I mean, there's so many different addictions out there. If there is something that you feel like you need help with, there's no shame in getting professional support or talking to someone about that. Sometimes being manipulative. You might not think that you are until someone brings it up. And then you're like, and then you think about all these things. Sometimes you just don't even know that you're changing your words and doing things and stretching the truth or doing this or that. So just being aware. And if someone does bring it up, again, just trying back to controlled by emotions, don't get too emotional about it. Just take it, accept it, what they said, maybe go back and think about it and just try and move on. If you do find that you're a manipulative person, again, there's always help that you can get for that. Next is feel everything is overwhelming. This is a tough one too, because we live in a time where I don't want to say it's socially acceptable to be anxious and depressed and overwhelmed all the time, but we just have so much going on. And me being a mother, I feel like we have this responsibility to take on everything ourselves. And I'm so lucky to have such a great group of friends that can help me. But there's a lot of moms out there that just feel like they do have to take on the burden of everything. And sometimes they do feel overwhelmed by everything. So there's a time and a place when you can feel overwhelmed. But if you feel like it's too much, again, maybe reassess your situation. If you are a mother in the depths of motherhood, obviously, then it's okay to be overwhelmed. But if you find that you don't have a whole lot going on and you're just constantly drained and not feeling it, there might be something going on the inside that you have to touch base with. Last one is unhealthy attachments to people. So the thing that first comes to mind when I think about this is you just get really attached to people, and it's like, okay, we're best friends, or we're this, or we're that. And you might not even know this person. I know sometimes you click with people and you just mesh, but sometimes it's not reciprocated. You cling on, and it's like you love them instantly, whether it's a friend or a possible boyfriend or girlfriend, or anything like that. And it's not a healthy beginning to a relationship, and in turn you might end up scaring people off. Unhealthy attachments to people. So everything there is signs of an overactive sacral chakra. But the good news is that you can always balance your chakras. So no matter if it's underactive or overactive, there's always things you can do. In tonight's meditation, we're going to be doing a simple water meditation that will help with underactive or overactive. And again, if you feel like you are under or over and you want to touch base a little bit more, you're more than welcome to look deeper into it, or you can always book a call with me. We can go over, I do quite a bit of Reiki and chakra cleansing and just education on all of that. So I'm just going to ask you guys we're going to get into a meditation now. So I want you to make sure that you're just sitting down or laying down in a nice, comfortable position. If you're sitting, I don't want your feet to be crossed. So I want your legs to be uncrossed and your feet flat on the ground. If you're lying down, I just want your spine to be straight. So I'll just give you a moment to get ready there in your position. All right, so we're first going to focus on our breath. So just sitting here with your eyes gently closed, and just feeling your breath coming in and out. And just feeling how your belly and your chest move here. Just relaxing your jaw, your temples, your forehead. On each exhale, just releasing any tension in the body. Your shoulders soften down. Your left shoulder down to your left wrist, your left hand. Your right shoulder down to your right wrist and your right hand. Both your arms completely letting go. Your upper and lower back. Your chest. Down to your rib cage, your torso, all the way down. Your hips and your glutes. And your left leg on the upper and lower parts, that left ankle and left foot. And your right leg, the upper and lower leg, right ankle and right foot. Your body is completely relaxed. Now I'd like you to turn your attention to your sacral chakra, which is located just below the belly button. It is located both the same for men and women, but right where the womb would be for a woman. So just turning your attention inward, and I just want you to envision a nice orange color, just being mindful of how that orange color looks and moves within that area of your body. Now, however that energy moves, I want you to just bring it around in a clockwise direction in just a nice, gentle motion. So it's not moving too fast. It's just swirling around in a nice circle. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. You can exhale either through the nose or through the mouth. Now we're going to bring our relaxed body and our orange energy within that chakra. And we're going to head over to a nice body of water. So whether you are in a river, a lake, or an ocean, maybe you're at a pool, whatever body of water speaks out to you this evening. And I want you to just step in, and I want you to let your body sink in as you naturally float onto your back. Your body is weightless as the water supports you. Feeling the water come around to the front of your throat, up by your ears, around your hairline as you bob up and down ever so gently in your body of water. What does your water feel like? Is it a nice warm water? Is it a little bit cooler? Maybe there's some waves around you. Just being mindful of your surroundings and how they make you feel. How do you feel in this moment? Completely weightless, supported by your water. As you lay here on your back, floating, you release any further tension in your body, any stored trauma. releasing trauma in the shoulders, the hips, maybe in your jaw. Just giving that trauma and that hurt, any pain, giving it to that water. The water will absorb everything that you do not need in your body. Just allowing yourself to continue to float here and just give anything that does not serve your body, give it to the water, give it to the earth. Now, staying on your back, floating in this water, I want you to look back at your sacral chakra and look at the energy. Look at the depth of the color. Has anything changed? Is it still the same shade of orange? How is it moving? Without forcing this energy to move in any certain way, just let it be natural and just observe how it moves within your body. On your next inhale, we're going to pull that energy up through your rib cage, up to your chest and your shoulders, through your neck and your face. And on your exhale, you're going to send that energy down through each leg, down, down, down to the ankles and the feet. And when you inhale again, bringing it upwards, this time sending that orange energy out each arm. And on your exhale, again, shooting it down through your legs. This energy is coming out of your feet and your toes. It's coming out of your fingertips, through the top of your head at your crown. Your whole body is full of this rich orange energy that you have created. You have made this happen. You are in charge of your body. You are in charge of healing yourself. You are in charge of your emotions and how you navigate those. You are doing a great job. Feel this energy just swirl and dance freely throughout your body. As it flows through your body and each limb, it picks up anything negative, and it carries it either through the top of your crown, through those fingertips, or through your toes. And that energy just cleanses your body in a pleasurable way, taking away the pain, taking away the hurt, taking away any guilt. This energy is your life source in this moment. And just sitting with this orange, sacral, divine, coursing through your body. And doing a body scan. How does your face feel in this moment? Your shoulders and your arms, your back, your stomach, your hips and your legs, your feet. Bring yourself back to that nice float on your body of water. You're just floating completely weightless. And as you bring your attention back to that nice float in your water, again, being aware of your surroundings and where you are, and just thanking the water, thanking Mother Earth for the support that she gives. Now bringing your attention back to your breath, back to your body. And just bringing your attention back to your room. Just gently opening your eyes when you're ready. Just putting your hand on your chest and taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it all go through the mouth. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Hand still on your chest. Nice big inhale. Exhale. And 1 more just like that. All right. I do highly encourage that you journal after this meditation, just journaling any takeaways that you may have found, anything that you may have felt in different parts of your body, different sensations. Maybe you had some emotions come up. And again, if there's ever anything that you want to chat about, you can always email me, either through my website, on email, or social media. And I look forward to hearing about your experiences. Thank you, everybody.